Sometimes the best stories begin with a landscape, a hill, a river, or a little village, and suddenly your imagination knows where exactly the characters live. Today I'm going to show you how I turned a German town and castles into a Tudor inspired illustration for a children's book. Hello, art lovers. This is Torredelforth, a full time artist and illustrator. Welcome if this is the first time you're here, and welcome back if we have already spent some time together. Today, I walk you through the full process of creating this illustration, a small Tudor village with its castle on the hill, painted for a children's story set in the late 16th century I was commissioned recently. I'll show you the references I used, the sketching process, and how I build up the color and mood to feel a warm, adventurous children's tale. I always begin with a monochrome sketch, in this case a sepia drawing inspired by the old Tudor etchings. Working in one color helps me focus entirely on structure and composition, where the houses sit, how the castles rise above the town, how the pathways guide the eye. This stage is where the storytelling begins. The village needs to feel alive, like children could imagine themselves walking across the bridge or running up the hill towards the castle. Every children's book illustration needs to feel like a world the child can't enter. This composition, village below, castle above, and river guiding the eye, creates this sense of peace instantly. It's not just the background, it's a stage where the story can unfold. For a children's book, I wanted a warm and inviting palette. Strong reds for the roofs, gentle greens for the hills, and a bright turquoise river that adds movement and energy. The Tudor world can be dark in historical depictions, but for this story I wanted it to feel adventurous and full of light. I kept the architecture inspired by Tudor and German flatward houses, exposed wooden beams, tin roofs, and cluttered buildings that feel safe and very cozy. The castle needed to be kind of iconic but not intimidating. I softened the shapes and brightened the stone, and added warm glazes so it feels protective, like it's watching over the story rather than looming over it. And the river became one of my favorite elements. It leads the viewer into the illustration and adds a rhythm to the composition. Even though this story takes place in a Tudor-inspired world, I wanted the landscape to feel grounded and believable. Living in Germany, I'm lucky to be surrounded by these beautiful, half-timbered villages, winding rivers, and dramatic castles on the hill. They became the perfect reference. I studied how the roofs are stacked, how the buildings follow the slope of the landscape, and the way rivers curve through old towns. All these real elements help anchor this fantasy setting in something children can recognize as real. Thank you for joining me in the creation of this Tudor style village. I love mixing historical architecture with warm storybook colors, and this piece was such a joy to build from scratch. If you like to see the characters that live in this world or how the following illustrations develop, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more illustration adventures, especially if you love medieval worlds, children's books, or historical inspiration. See you in the next video.